How's it going today, guys? Welcome back to the Rapway Homestead. Today, I am super excited. It is going to be the beginning of a new video series on freeze drying. So we went ahead and purchased a Harvest Right freeze dryer. I've never used one before, never seen one, so I've got a lot of learning to do. I'm going to take you guys along the journey, everything from opening it up for the first time, getting it all set up, doing the first cycle, as well as down the road doing a bunch of recipes and food preservation. First thing, we went ahead and purchased the Medium Pro freeze dryer. So it's got 5 trays, and a little tip here for you. We were going to purchase this through Harvest Right's website. They were running a deal. The price was $2,800 and change. I don't remember, $2,850. We decided to go to our local Tractor Supply, and they actually had it for $2,700. So it was actually cheaper to purchase it locally for the exact same machine, and then we didn't have to wait to have it shipped to us, which was super awesome. So let's start ripping into the boxes and we'll see what you get. All right, so here we've got the first box. This is the box that was set on top of the actual freeze dryer. So we're gonna tear into this first. This should be, I believe, all of our accessories, our vacuum pump, and everything else we need to make it work. So let's see what we got. It's definitely heavy. All right, let's see what's in here. All right, so here's a look at what to expect if you order a Harvest Right freeze dryer. This is how the box shows up. So it looks like we've got our vacuum pump, our trays, and some other things, I don't know. Let's go ahead and get it unboxed and see what we ended up with. So it looks like the first thing we pull out is our trays. So again, this holds 5 of the medium size trays. So we got 5 of those. We've got, it looks like these are our Mylar bags. It came with 50 of them in this kit. We've got 5,700 cc oxygen absorbers. So that's pretty awesome. These are the big ones. A safety notice, warranty registration card, a bunch of manuals, guide to freeze drying, owner's manual. So we'll definitely be reading them. Let's see, looks like we've got our vacuum hose, power cord, and our drain line all in here. What's this guy? Oh, this is our oil filter. So to filter out the oil, I believe you have to filter the oil every 20 to 30 cycles. I think the freeze dryer tells you when, but the manual will tell us. Also, what do we got here? Oh, this is our impulse sealer. Packaging got a little tore up, but so this is the sealer to actually seal off or melt the top of the Mylar bags. Boy, this is kind of like Christmas. And then, the last big heavy piece is the vacuum pump itself, and this is the Premier oiled vacuum pump. So this is their middle of the road as far as vacuum pump options go, but a lot of people say they prefer this one, so that's the one we ended up with. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and open up our vacuum pump right away. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there it is. She's in there. So there's the vacuum pump. Vacuum pump manuals. A lot of paperwork. And our oil for the vacuum pump. Actual Harvest Right vacuum pump oil. And that's everything in that box. And here's the vacuum pump itself. It's a lot bigger of a unit than I was expecting it to be. I don't know what I expected, but It's a big old heavy duty thing for sure. All right, there it is. The Harvestrite Premier vacuum pump. I know we've got to add oil to this before we get it going. Gas ballast must always be open, the little tag says. But yeah, that thing is nice. It's rubber mounted. Seems to be really well built. So next thing we're gonna go ahead and do is let's go ahead and open up that freeze dryer and actually take a look at the exciting part. All right, let's go ahead and open this baby up. Get the foam off of here. All right, there it is. Harvestrite Medium Pro Freeze Dryer in black. And it looks like it was inspected by Addy. Hopefully Addy did a good job. But here it is. Boy, I'm pretty darn excited about that. So unfortunately, I would like to get it lifted up onto the table right away and get it all set up. Unfortunately, this machine, according to their website, weighs around 120 pounds. So instead of trying to do it myself and potentially wreck the unit and hurt myself, I've got some help coming here in a little while to help me lift it up on top of this table. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and read through the manuals, try to learn what in the world I'm doing with this, so I actually can maybe power it up when I get it up there. Do a little organizing, and I'll get back with you guys once it's up on the table. We'll power it up for the first time and try to make it do something. All right, so while we wait to have help lifting the freeze dryer on, I was reading through the Harvestrite pump manual, and it looks like there's a couple steps we need to take with this before we're ready to use it. So the first thing we need to do is go ahead and put oil in the pump, and it says it wants it between the minimum and the maximum lines on the front of the little sight glass here. Kind of interesting, I would think, to fill it up to the max line, the full, but it says if you do that, it can push oil out the vent here. So that's the first step it wants us to do. Go ahead and add oil until we're basically halfway up the sight glass. All right, we'll go ahead and open up our oil here and we'll add it in. See if I can do this without a funnel and making a huge mess. Probably end up making a huge mess. We'll see. See how much this ends up taking. It says to go slow so you don't make a huge mess. Maybe it takes this whole thing. There it is. Okay, there we go. Right in between the max and the minimum line there, maybe a little on the fuller side, but so how it says is place this guy back on the top, and then actually to plug the pump directly into power and run it to kind of prime the pump and make sure that it's going to not, you know, it's kind of filling up a little more there, I see, as it's kind of filtering through. But it says to just turn the pump directly on and let it run and make sure that this level doesn't change, and then adjust accordingly if it does. So we'll go ahead and plug the pump in and we'll do that. All right, now there's a switch right on the back of the pump here. We're gonna go ahead and click on and let it run a little bit and see. First, I'm curious how loud it's gonna be, and two, make sure that oil level stays good. So let's fire it up. So that level did drop a little bit. It is very quiet. I'm very pleasantly surprised how quiet it is. Oh, she's really got some suck. That level did drop, but it's about perfect now. So we're just gonna let it run a little bit and make sure that level maintains. All right, well, there we go. That's all there is to that. I'm gonna keep reading the manual and get back with you guys on the next step. All right, so we got it all hooked up. I was able to get some help and get it lifted up on the table, and I'll kind of show you guys how I have it set up here. So we've got the freeze dryer up on this table. I was able to run my vacuum line down to my vacuum pump underneath. I'm hoping to help keep some of the heat from the vacuum pump away from the freeze dryer. I've got it just ran down into this Fleet Farm bucket for now. I might end up doing something a little bit better with that. And then just my drain valve coming down on this side. I'm not super happy with how this is. I think this system here could be a little bit better. I might kind of try to permanently plumb something in. I'm not sure on that yet, but yeah, other than that, I think we're ready to start it up for the first time here. All right, now the first thing we are gonna go ahead and do is they recommend doing a bread run in it. So they say to just lightly moisten, so I'm just gonna spray some bread with water and lay it out on the trays. But the first thing we're gonna do, fire this thing up for the first time and get it pre-freezing. So we'll flick the switch on and see if it powers up. Okay, flick the switch. Well, that's a good sign. It looks like it's gonna work. All right, now I've never used this at all before, so we're gonna see if we can get it working here. So I suppose we'll start by hitting, we'll do the customizing later, but we'll start by just hitting start. Oh, well, it kicked on already. Let's see, standard pump, we have the Premier pump. Save. Cooling vacuum chamber, wait 15 minutes before loading trays. Perfect. Well, that's what we wanted. We wanted to just start pre-cooling this. Let's go ahead and get our trays loaded up. All right, well, this is pretty exciting. I mean, we're just doing the bread run, but the machine's running, everything powered up as it should. I'm gonna go ahead and just lay 2 slices of bread down on each tray. Missed them, so in this spray bottle here, I've just got water with just a little bit of distilled or white vinegar in it, I should say. I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos, and the retired at 40, that gentleman on his first startup of one of his machines, he recommended running a little bit of vinegar to kind of help clean the inside of the machine out a little bit, or the freeze dryer, I should say. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same. I just put just a tiny little bit of vinegar in the bottom for the rest of the water, so it's really, really diluted. But let's go ahead and get our bread laid out. As exciting as the first bread run is, I'm excited to actually start freeze drying something real, you know, but we're just gonna go ahead and put 2 slices of bread on each tray to start. There we go. We should have our bread all prepped for the bread run. As soon as this is done pre-cooling, we'll get the trays loaded up, and it should start the actual freeze drying process. All right, so it's been the 15 minutes for it to pre-cool. It says load trays into freeze dryer and close the drain valve. So our drain valve is closed. We'll put the trays in. Alright, then we'll go ahead and click. Alright, now the screen just says freezing, so I guess from here we just wait and wait for it to be done. Get back with you guys once it says it's the drying cycle is complete. Alright, so it is the next day. It's been about 7 hours plus the 2 hours of dry time, and it just finished up here. So, it says process complete, open drain valve to vent, so we'll go ahead and do that. We'll do that really slow. And then I know they say don't touch the screen until you're sure your food is dry, to make sure, in case you want to add more dry time or anything to it. All right, the pressure equalized. Let's open it up and see if we have dry, crispy bread. Ooh, it's warm. Oh yeah, it's dry and crispy for sure. I got my little helpers here today and he's not very happy. Hang on a second. All right, we got him taken care of. Let's check one of these out again here. So they're all nice and warm, which means they're completely dry. Go ahead and break one in half here again. Oh yeah, that's crispy. Let's do a taste test. It's actually pretty good. Kind of tastes like toast because it's 124 degrees. It also doesn't have any new freeze dryer smell to it, or taste I should say. So I'm not worried about doing anything else. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go ahead, get this bread taken out, run this through a defrost cycle, and the next thing we're gonna do is strawberries, which is going to be on the next video. We're gonna actually do our first real load of actual food that we plan to put away for a while. So until next time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Drop me a comment what you thought of the Harvest Right medium freeze dryer, and let me know what you guys want to see me doing this or try. We're going to be doing a bunch of experimenting, but until next time, you guys have a good one.